Imagine the old stories we grew up with where Asuras crushed the weak, mocked the wise, and tried to choke prayer at its source. They were loud, ruthless, and always hungry for more power and more gold. Listen closely because those stories were never only about the past. They were warnings about patterns that can return whenever we stop paying attention. In our time, think of Ashura not as a label for people, but as a pattern of action. Cruelty, dressed as courage, greed, wrapped in slogans, contempt for truth, and intoxication with power, these are the signs. It is not about any religion, region, caste, or community, it is about choices that wound human dignity. The mask can be majority or minority, ruler or rebel, victim or victor, the behavior is what unmasks it. Why talk about this now in a world of smartphones and space missions? Because the battleground has shifted to our screens, our streets, and our conversations at home. When we are fooled by clever propaganda, we can become foot soldiers for harm without even noticing. And that is exactly how the Ashuric pattern spreads quietly, efficiently, and everywhere. Here is how it begins by turning neighbors into targets with simple labels and shouted certainties. History shows this again and again, from radio hate in Rwanda to propaganda films in Nazi Germany. Closer home, rumor and rage fueled deadly violence during the partition, a wound we still carry. Dehumanization always comes first, and violence follows like a shadow. Next comes the machinery of misinformation, forwards, fake quotes, clipped videos, and now deepfakes. In recent years, several Indian states saw mob attacks after child kidnapping rumors spread on messaging apps. Studies have shown that false news can travel faster than the truth online because outrage is shareable. The Ashuric pattern knows this and feeds our fear and anger with precise timing. There is also the quiet business behind the noise: scams, extortion, land grabs, fake charities, and shady funding. Some voices shout about purity in public while moving money through back doors in private. They promise revolution or salvation but demand your blind trust as the entry fee. Follow the incentives and you will often find greed sitting at the center of the stage. So how do we recognize the Ashuric pattern before it grips us? Watch for 4 red flags: fear that demands obedience, flattery that feeds ego, fury that silences questions, and false certainty that rejects evidence. When a message asks you to stop thinking, to hate in a hurry, or to trust one savior without checks, pause. That pause is your first shield. Here is a simple checklist for your daily life. Before sharing, take a breath and verify: who said this? What is the full clip? Where is the primary source? Compare at least 3 credible outlets, read past the headline, and use reverse image search when something feels off. If a post makes you feel rage or pride in an instant, let time cool it before you act. Strength also comes from community. Talk across differences, teach children how to spot manipulation, and support local mediators and legal aid groups that protect the vulnerable. Refuse casual slurs, report threats, and choose leaders who defend a rule of law over the rule of mobs. This is how dharma is practiced in ordinary days, steady, calm, and brave. Our epics remind us that Asuras were often clever and powerful, but their undoing was ego and cruelty. The Gita speaks of discernment, to act without hatred, and to stand firm in truth. In our era, that courage is quieter, refusing a lie, correcting a friend gently, and protecting a stranger. Small choices made daily become a wall against darkness. Imagine a society where we do not forward hate, where we ask better questions, and where we see the human first. Where temples, mosques, churches, and gurudwaras alike are places of peace, not battlegrounds for politics. Where justice is not a slogan, but a habit, from traffic stops to courtrooms. That future needs each of us to stay awake, humble, and kind. If this spoke to you, share it with one person who needs the reminder and tell us your own experience in the comments. Like and subscribe for more grounded stories that connect our past to our present with clarity and care. Above all, keep your mind clear, your heart steady, and your actions aligned with dignity. Asuras have not gone anywhere, but neither has our power to choose.